What's up, Darkalicious? My name is Lydia.
Yeah, and I'm Kenny G.
And today we're going to be talking about something negative.
Something dark.
Something sinister.
Yeah, it's the cons of the con.
Cons of the cons. Anime North 2019. What we didn't like about it.
Yeah.
Get your tea ready, because we about to spill some tea.
Get your tea bags out.
Get your tea bags out. Oh God! All right, let's start with before the convention even started, the badge mail out. So I am a lazy person, obviously, and I paid the fee to have my badge mailed out because I don't want to waste my entire Thursday or Friday in line. Been there, done that, over it. So when they released this badge mail out fee, I'm like, absolutely, signing my ass up.
Yeah, I always hated staying in that huge ass line.
It's brutal.
It's like a multi-hour line just to pick up your badge.
Just pick up your badge.
And they do it old school style where it's like all printed. Maybe not anymore. I hope they don't. But they used to have like sheets of paper.
Yeah.
And they would cross your name off a list.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I assume that at this point someone's figured out how to use Excel. I certainly hope so. Or, Access and use like a database and search names.
Like, hopefully.
If they
we haven't done that in a while.
It's been like 3 or 4 years
yes, thank God.
Getting the badges mailed.
Bliss.
But so this year, we got an email saying that, well, first of all, that the badge was shipped. And then that the badge was of poor quality.
Shit. So the badge just came in. Well, this is it's not really didn't happen.
Or did they not email us? Was it Facebook posted?
This is what happened. So I signed up for the badge mail outs, and they got mailed out.
Yes.
And then when I opened the package, I'm just like, these look very different, because normally an Anime North badge is on like a thick
card.
Thick laminated card. I mean, like in the past. I mean, like in the we're talking
like 2005.
Back 2005. This
is like a business card.
It was like a business card inside of like a plastic sleeve, and they stapled it. Like it was just so like I mean they've come a long way since then. So it was like the hard plastic pass is what I was expecting. So what came in the mail was something kind of like a shitty baseball card that you get in like a package of cereal.
Yes, sort of.
And like where the plastic's already peeling, and I'm just like, what the hell is this? So I went to like the Anime North Facebook group, and everyone's complaining like, what the hell? Like, what's going on, Anime North? They're like, hey.
Yeah, especially considering they are even more expensive to get in this year.
Of course.
At least I think so.
Like
than the previous year.
It's just
the rates to get in the con keeps creeping up.
Yeah.
And the quality of the badge goes down. So explain that to me. I don't know.
Yeah. So
and then that badge ended up tearing while we were at the con, and Lydia lost her badge because it was of poor quality, and we got stuck in the rain. And then because it was made of flimsy cardboard, it tore, and she lost her badge, and we couldn't get into night events.
We looked everywhere. It was brutal.
We walked around for like 40 minutes, including I had to go back through security screening into this concert hall to search where we were. And anyways, whatever. We couldn't find the pass. So
we went and it was like kind of like I think around maybe like 7 p.m.
We missed out on the masquerade, and we missed out on the Saturday evening events, which is the most happening evening.
Right, and
it sort of worked out. Sorry to cut you off.
No.
It sort of worked out because we were tired anyways.
Yes.
And so we just went the next day and got a replacement badge, but it was still like, this is kind of BS.
Yeah, like the solution they had, essentially, because they closed registration at like 6 o'clock or something, and I lost my badge around like 7 or 8. So like still within like a reasonable time. It wasn't like midnight or anything. So I went back.
Still a reasonable time.
I went back and I was like, look, this happened. What do I do? And they're like, oh, go see a guy in like a yellow vest. We're like, okay. So
they bounced us around like 3 times.
Like 3 or 4 times. It was brutal. And then I didn't even get to a yellow vest person. I got to a yellow badge person. Whatever. And then they're like, well, because I had the lanyard on and the thing fell off, right? So I'm like, yes.
And she accused you of stealing the lanyard.
Well, because
oh my God,
you missed that part completely. So I went to like the supervisor, and I was just like, hey, like
this is what
happened. What do I do? And they're like, well, registration's closed. Too bad. And I'm like, well, not too bad, because I'm gonna miss out on stuff. And they're like, well,
you can go plead your case to the person.
So yeah, she was
at each security.
So essentially, she said like, well, how do I know you didn't steal a lanyard? And I'm just like, well, because I have proof that I bought it. And then she's like,
then she backpedaled.
Like,
and
but she was like,
you can go plead your case
to the door person.
And there's a door person at every single panel.
Yes.
At the masquerade hall.
Yeah.
At the rave area. At the dance.
Right.
Literally everywhere there was someone checking your pass.
Of course.
So literally you would have to go plead your case to the person at the door.
And then if they disagreed with you, you got to call the supervisor. And then the supervisor, if they came around, they had the final call on whether or not to let you in. So this is like stupidity on like the highest level, because a lot of times people come just for the Saturday night stuff.
You would almost think like that they would have somewhere open.
At least one guy at a desk.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
I
don't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying, I think it was a crappy solution to because it depends on the person. Every person has their own opinion. That's not a good policy.
Yes, and part of this falls under part of the problem specifically with us, where we couldn't get a replacement, falls under the whole issue of the layout of the con, right?
Yes.
Like where if the badge center was maybe at the hotel, not in the convention center
that has hours that close,
then maybe you could have got a replacement badge that night. But because the badge pickup is inside the TTC, and the TTC closes at
it closes early.
TCC. Am I saying it wrong? Toronto Convention Center. TCC.
Yeah.
But because it's inside the convention hall, and the convention hall closes at 6 o'clock, you cannot get your badge.
No.
So yeah, again, people who come for night stuff, you're screwed, basically.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Anyways, let's move on to the next point.
Okay. The hotel policy this year was crap. So essentially what Anime North does, in order to keep the con affordable, they will negotiate deals with all the surrounding hotels.
Yes.
So that you get like a good rate. So they've done weird things in the past where if you want the hotel rate, you have to pay for the hotel whole up front, which is kind of annoying, but it's
that's BS.
And non-refundable either, by the way. So that was kind of right? And then, but the thing that they pulled this year was that you needed to book a minimum of 3 nights. So you needed to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, check out Sunday. And if you booked under 3 nights, they would automatically cancel your reservation without telling you. So that was garbage, because I have my own house now. I don't want to stay in a hotel for another night. I don't want to spend another $200 for no reason. Mm-hmm. Like the fact that you're forcing me is shit. And then they're like, well, because we don't want the people who just book for the Saturday, because that's not fair. Because the hotel wants more money.
Well, they also don't want the people who book for Friday, Saturday either.
Yeah.
They want that extra sweet convention money, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure Anime North gets a kickback too.
Of course, Anime.
So it's of course they're going to enforce this stupid policy because it benefits them. So it's just really
Anime North definitely gets a kickback.
Grinds my gears, because
it's total BS.
Yes, it is.
Because not many people can take the Friday off
or the Thursday off
to be able to be in there on Thursday. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously enough can that they are able to do this policy. Those are probably younger college
or people who are
high school
sharing the room with 10 people. Don't think it doesn't happen, because we used to do that too.
Everyone does that.
It's come on. Okay, so the next thing, crappy food and very overpriced. Oh my god, this year.
How much money did we waste on crappy food?
Oh my god, probably at least $70.
Yeah,
crap.
Somewhere in that area.
Somewhere there.
Yeah.
So they had crappy pizza with acid sauce. It was just
ugh. The pizza wasn't very good, yeah.
Then they had
the only good thing I could say about the pizza was that it came out quickly.
Because there was no lineup for it.
Nobody wanted it, so it came out quick.
It was sweet. Then they had a shawarma thing that was very I mean, you ruined your hoodie because it was all saucy, and then the meat was all fatty. That was gross. Then
these are all food areas run by
the
Congress Center?
The Toronto Congress Center.
Yes.
It's they open up their bay doors and they let these people
run their shops.
Little thing. And then there was a Japanese street food, and that was terrible.
What did you get there? What was
that was a chicken karage, which again is the fatty, nasty.
And we've had karage.
Yeah, we know what it's supposed to taste like. That ain't that. And then like they had
and for the falafel shawarma stuff, I had the falafel.
I had
the
the shawarma.
falafel was like it was fried for like an hour, right? It was like chewing rocks basically.
Nasty.
Um,
So like that was like the TTC.
and it cost like $6.50.
Oh yeah, it wasn't cheap.
Or $7 and plus $2 for the drink and whatever else, plus your shawarma
and then
so
they
on
had
and so
like
on.
like their other like the lemonade stand and like the Mr. Freezy or whatever, and then they had like one smoked shop, but like
only one food truck.
it was like, where did all the food trucks go? Like the last couple of years, it was bomb. We had grilled cheese, grilled cheese, the best grilled cheese like ever.
That was like maybe 2 years ago.
Was it?
But even last year, they had a few good food trucks.
Like you
This
need
year,
this.
it was literally just some smoked meat food truck, and then like Mr. Freezy or whatever.
Yeah.
The ice cream, the soft serve ice cream dude.
Yeah, in a truck. But like, it just, I think that when you give people more food options, there's less lineups. Like, it was
Competition's
brutal.
also a good thing.
Yes.
Because it gives people one, options, yes.
Yeah.
But two, people are gonna know what's good, what's not, and they're gonna be able to be like, okay, don't give your business to these guys if they're making shitty food. Instead, these guys who are running out of the bay doors, who we bought, they weren't the same shop, right? They
No,
were like
they're
three
all-
different shops, but they were all operating in the same area, and they dominated like all of
the food vendors.
the food stuff. Like otherwise you would have to walk like 10 minutes away from the con to go get food, right? So you're like,
You're forced
screw
in a
that,
way.
I'll have to eat something here on site.
Yeah.
And literally all of it sucks.
Yes.
And it's like, how can all of it suck? Like some of it, fine. Maybe some's hit or miss, but how can all of it suck?
Yeah.
Right?
It all sucked and it's all expensive and then it just makes
It's
you like
all,
more
like-
angry.
And then they have like their $3 cans of pop and you're like, hey, why is this so much? And they're like, well, you don't have to buy it.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, God, sod off.
Yeah.
Sod off
Yeah.
with your like sassiness. It's like, give me a
Exactly.
break.
Yeah.
You and I both
Both
know
know.
that one can of pop does not cost $3.
That's an entire case
Or
of pop.
$3.50,
All right.
my bad.
Let's be honest. I know it's like buy low, sell high, but that's a little too much.
That's obnoxious.
Agreed. The next thing.
It's like airport prices.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean,
Anyways,
it's nearby
go
the
ahead.
airport. Okay, so the next thing we have lack of signage and yelling staff members. How many staff members does it take to like write a sign saying, if you have a badge, go to the left. If you don't, go to the right. It was like we had this lady in a chair whose voice was going hoarse, like, if you have a badge, go to the left. It's like, is this necessary? And by the way, we're nearby an airport where there's like planes going, and then it's like,
You can't hear anything they're saying because the airplane's flying overhead, and it's like, how about you just have a sign?
Just make a sign.
Make a sign and like have like a fork.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A fork that like forks people off in two ways. And it's like passes, not passes.
Yeah.
You had people like even outside on the Friday or the Saturday lining up, right? To get in thinking they needed to line up even though
Yes.
they already had their badge.
Yes.
Right? Because there's just this ginormous line, but that was a line for the badge pickup.
Yes.
But people were confused and they were getting in that line thinking this is the line to get into the hall.
Right.
Because there's no signage anywhere.
No.
So
They're just like a
they're
red-
just you ask the person in front of you, and if they
They don't know.
you're basically like, okay, or they tell you the wrong information,
Yeah.
then you're in this line.
Or
That's it.
you find some like red-faced, angry volunteer who's like, blah, blah, blah. You're just like, okay.
And they're
like,
pissed at you.
It's just like,
They're upset at you.
because
Or,
you're like the fifth person who asked them because nobody knows what the hell's going on.
right, and it's like, okay, I do understand the staff can get annoyed because they're answering the same question over and over. That's what a sign is for.
Just get a sign.
That's
Just get
what
a
sign
dollar
is
store
for.
sign. It's brutal. And they're just, anytime you deal with an Anime North staff member,
They're always grouchy.
Very, very grouchy.
They're always grouchy, and there's always a lot of bad attitudes. And it's partly because a lot of these guys do it because they're getting, here's the secret, they're getting a free hotel stay out of the deal. That's what they're getting. They're getting some free food and a free hotel stay.
And an ego trip.
And an ego trip, right?
Yeah.
So so a lot of people do it even though they don't want to do it because they want to go to Anime North, but they don't have the money, so they're going to volunteer. But they actually hate volunteering, but they're there anyways, so they're pissed. And they're going to let you know that they're pissed. And they're gonna walk around with a chip on their shoulder, and there's no repercussions for them.
No.
You know, we paid our way in. They're getting in for free, but yeah, they're having to volunteer. But they're gonna make sure that they're ruining our con experience because they're not happy about the fact that they're volunteering.
Yeah, but
right?
like they're not volunteering for like 12 hours, okay? Like they have like shifts. They have shifts, and once they're done the shift, they're done.
At most 8 hours, but I think usually it's like more like 4 to 6.
It's just there's a lot of perks for a volunteer, and like
it's food and hotel stay.
So like it's just
at the minimum. There may be more sometimes.
It's just frustrating because like this isn't a problem that's going away. They've been grouchy every year, and
for like the last 15 years.
And I'll tell you honestly, we had a friend come from Buffalo, and he was just like, "We have conventions in the States that are run way better than this is." He's like, "I'm surprised."
And they're half the size.
I'm surprised that this is the way it is. This comes off as very unprofessional and unpolished, and I'm like, totally agree.
I totally agree.
Like,
I mean, I don't even like Fan Expo because Fan Expo is too business orientated, but at least they're not rude dicks to you, like at least on the same level that Anime North staff is.
Yeah.
Anime North staff is literally the worst.
And because they're volunteers, they feel entitled to be like, well, we're volunteering our time, so we're allowed to be assholes to you.
Yes.
And it's just
which is sort of what I was trying to say, but yeah.
It's like, please no. We're just here to have a good time.
I paid to get in. We paid to get in. Whatever.
So
don't take your bad attitude out on the consumer.
Yeah.
And ultimately, here's the thing. It reflects poorly on the convention.
Yes.
So, although I'm pissed, the con is ultimately what looks bad. The con looks bad, and then it looks bad on the leaders of the con that they can't rein in these angry rage nerds who came to the con through a volunteer program rather than, paying their way in.
The thing is, Anime North won't change because they're making money. If people spoke with their wallets and saying we're not coming to the convention because people are treating us like shit, then they would actually do something. But the fact that they get bigger and bigger every year, there is no repercussion for them. So they're like, why are we going to change anything?
Yeah, that's
why bother?
Exactly right.
It's frustrating though, because like you should have good customer service.
Yeah.
It's just annoying. Another thing that we had to deal with this year, every year it's the same thing, the dangerous crosswalks that is right in front of the Delta Hotel.
Crossing from the Delta to the TCC.
It's just a shit show. And like, I don't know why Anime North doesn't hire cops there was like one cop.
On the Sunday.
Yeah. The Saturday
Where
is when you need it.
Saturday? I mean, maybe someone got hit or something, and so they brought the cop in. Because you think the cop would be there on the busiest day, not on the Sunday, which is the slowest day.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just...
I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, not to say that the cops do a great job, because, I mean, like, we've had people in the past have their cars broken into, and the cops are like, sorry,
Yeah, literally, someone we knew had their car broken into, and, like, all their stuff stolen, and their bag dumped in the garbage.
In the dumpster.
In the garbage dumpsters. And the cop's just like, sorry. Nothing I can do.
Private property.
The TCC's private property, so there's nothing we can do.
And you're just like...
And it's just like, that's BS. And they even had it on camera.
Yes.
The security staff, because one of our friends went to the security staff, and the security staff had it on camera of it happening, and the police are just like, it's private property, nothing we can do. Anyways, moving on from that, the whole bad crossing thing just speaks... The bad crossing,
the spreading out of everything.
The spreading out of thing, the food issues, the fact that we got caught in the rain. We didn't mention that in this video, but we got stuck in like
a
downpour, and it was like we were outside, and because of the layout of the con, there's a huge traversal to get from one part of the con to the other part that's outdoors. Like probably a 10-minute walk, right? And ultimately, all this comes together as the venue is garbage.
It's
the venue is garbage.
It's outgrown its use.
Okay, maybe that's a better way.
100%.
That's a much politer way of putting it.
Well,
is that
it's true,
at
though.
one point this venue did serve its purpose.
Yes.
But now that purpose, the con exceeds what the venue can
offer.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally agree. Metro Toronto Convention Center would be a much better choice.
Downtown Toronto, that's a huge convention center. Lots of other places rent it out.
Tons of transit
Smaller
options.
conventions rent it out. Mm-hmm. But Anime North will not rent it out for whatever reason. I guess it cuts into their profit margin too much or something. I don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know exactly why, but
they have addressed this in the past, and they're like, oh, we like the community feel of like having like the different like hotels have, because different hotels do different things. There's Dull North, there's Yaoi North, there's the video game thing, and like they're all like in different hotels, so like they feel like it creates the vibe.
It's BS.
But
it's
BS.
Total BS because you've got like the con segregated into like 3 or 4 different locations.
Yeah.
Right? So the Sheraton definitely hosts stuff, and then the Delta hosts stuff, and then the TCC hosts stuff. And sometimes in previous years, there was like the Sandman also hosted stuff, right? And so if you're into gaming stuff, you have to get in a shuttle that will take you to the Sheraton, or you could drive to the Sheraton.
But you gotta pay for parking.
But it's like a
$12, I think, to park there.
Yeah, you have to pay like 12 something to park there, or you walk to the Sheraton, but that's like a 30-45 minute walk.
Yeah.
Or you get in line for the shuttle, and the shuttle could pass multiple times before there's room for you. And on top of that, if you get on the shuttle, you've got to be committing to staying at that place for a little while. Otherwise, it's not worth getting on the shuttle.
Yeah.
Because just the time to get from the TCC to the Sheraton is probably 45 minutes by shuttle as well, right? But at least you didn't have to haul ass to get there, right?
Right.
Especially if you're in costume and you're tired or it's raining, God forbid, like it happened
this
year. It's just a nightmare.
It's a logistic nightmare, essentially. Is Anime North just needs to smarten up and move somewhere
But
bigger.
they won't.
They won't. But they should.
This also plays in another point we wrote down. This also plays into it is it's gotten crowded. Everything is crowded. The vendors area is crowded. Everything is, even the artist alley area is crowded. Everything is just so crowded that it's hard to get around.
Yeah.
And it ultimately turns you off wanting to even like
go anywhere.
Do some of the stuff. For example, the artist alley, there might be some cool stuff there you want to see, but there's such crowds that you're just like, forget it. I'm not getting in there.
Yeah.
Like, we tried to look at some tables, and at some point you're just like, forget it. I am not...
Like, elbowing people out of the way. Like, come on.
Shoving my way in through, like, 3 or 4... No, more like 30 people to get to the front of this table to be able to see what it is. And then, of course, here's one that we forgot to write down, but obviously we should have, is the dealer's room, which is just a nightmare where everything is overpriced. Everything is...
And they're sassy.
At retail, above retail.
Yeah, more above retail.
Nothing is a dealer's room.
It's
Nothing
not a
is
deal
a deal
anymore.
in the dealer's room. That's why I say go to the Nomichi, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because we went to the dealer's room 3 times, I think. And only this Sunday were we able to actually navigate around and like look at stuff.
Yeah.
Without like being like elbowing people out of the way, right?
We don't actually elbow people, but like
no, you know what I mean. Like
shuffling.
You're like this,
yeah,
like this, and you're trying to like wiggle between some people, and then like one guy walks away from the table, and so like 3 people are like eyeing that spot he's vacated, and you're all like, ugh.
I know.
And whoever gets in there gets in there.
It's brutal.
And it's just like, come on, guys, like, just get a better location.
Yeah,
right?
It's just too much. And they lifted the attendance cap this year. That's why this happened.
I'm not sure because the dealer's room was swamped even previous years.
Yeah, I know.
So,
it's just annoying. Another thing that was annoying, which I guess they don't really have much control over, but there was like a lot of like religious protesters.
Yeah, there were some crazy protesters outside. It was too much.
It was like Trigger Alley, because like it was just like there was a little piece of land that technically is owned by the city.
Yes.
Then there was a sidewalk, and then there was the land owned by the TCC. So the protesters were on this tiny little piece of land with their
megaphone shouting shit at the
congoers.
Congoers of like religious sacrilegious shit.
Yeah.
Nonsense. Excuse my language.
It was just too much.
Shouting nonsense at the congoers, and the congoers are annoyed, rightfully so. And so they start egging them on.
Yeah.
And then the police had to be in the middle, like separating the two groups, and they had like Anime North staff there trying to like. Even we passed by just for 30 seconds to see what the hell was going on. And like some Anime North staff member was like, "Why don't you go eat dinner? Why don't you go do this? Why don't you do that?" And it's like, buddy, just chill.
Let me just see what's going on here. Like, relax.
Relax. We'll decide what we're doing, right? But I get it. They're just trying to de-escalate, and of course I get it. But it's just like the I don't get that at all. And that's not the convention's fault at all.
No, it's not.
But I don't get why people do this. Like,
because
they take so much time out of their day to come to the convention just to bring a negative experience to other people, right? Like,
I waited all year for this. I don't need your crap, please.
Right.
Thank you.
It falls along the same lines, in some ways at least, as the grouchy Anime North staff, right? Where it's like, it took a whole year to get to this point, and I don't want to deal with your bad attitudes. And then it's the same sort of thing here, although the convention can't control it, where it's like other people trying to bring a damper to your experience, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know why the cops can't just be like, move along.
Yeah.
But I guess, it's freedom to protest or whatever.
Yeah, but like the protest had nothing to do with what we were doing. Like
they were just shouting religious stuff.
It wasn't like a demonic cult meeting. Like it was a convention. It was an anime convention.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with the other. Just bizarre.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that kind of was really
it was over the top. This was over the top.
So there was this Japanese idol group called Watsuda. And there was a lineup to get in, obviously, but
massive lineup.
So
it was moving slow motion.
Why? Because they had to make sure that you didn't have anything on you. They had the wand detectors. You had to do this, and you had to turn around and do this, and then they had to open up the
bag searches. And it's like, what do you got in there? What do you got in there? It's like anime figures. You want to look at my Goku figurine? And then I had to take out the figurine box so that they could see that there was like explosive Gatorade bottles in my bag. Or
like drugs or something. I don't know. I don't know what the hell they're worried about. So anyway, then we went through there, and it was just like over the top.
The security was over the top, and it was so slow.
Yeah.
Right? It was so slow. I mean, if you gotta do security, whatever. Get more than 2 people with the wands.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you really do have to wand everyone down for whatever reason, and you know that there's going to be like 500 plus people trying to get into this concert, maybe more, maybe 1,000 people, I don't know. How many you think? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe like
in that range?
Around that.
But whatever. Get more than 2 people with wands, right? With those detector wands, because they have 2 guys, maybe 3 at most, operating the wands, and it's taking them forever to process people.
And then the one guy passes, what's this? I'm like, my bra. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Or it was like the lanyard. Like, yeah, I had metal here. I don't know what to say. Like,
yeah.
It's just brutal.
The funniest thing was like, okay, he's like, empty your pockets, right? So I'm holding the keys in one pocket, then I'm holding my backpack in my other hand, right? And he's like, what's that? What's that in your pocket? And I'm like, it's my phone. And he's like, well, take it out. And I'm like, I only have 2 hands. I'm like, you take it out if you want to take it out. And he's like, it's fine, just go. And it's like, okay, well if you're going to let me go, then what if it was a switchblade?
Yeah, like, come on.
Okay. Right? It really was just my phone, but I'm just saying, like, either do it serious or just let us through. Who cares?
It was just strange. It was so strange. Yeah, but
suffice to say, there's a lot of gripes with Anime North.
There's a lot of stuff they can improve on.
And there's a lot of stuff they can improve. But if I was to just select 2, that would probably solve 90% of your problem, it would be the venue and better staff, right? Like the venue and better staff would literally fix like 90% of the problem, right? Because if you were at a better location,
you could accommodate more people.
You could accommodate more people, which would solve the congestion. You would probably have better food options nearby.
Yeah.
And then you have better staff, and then you don't have to deal with the grumpy people and, you know, all that other nonsense.
Also signage, please. Please.
Oh, yes, signage.
I will give you dollar store Bristol boards. Like,
please make signs.
Please just make signs. For the love of God, it'll make everyone's life so much easier. Yes. Anyways, so we're reaching the end of this video. Let us know in the comments below what you think Anime Noir should do to improve. We really want to hear from you. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. Give us a couple likes and a share. If you want to follow us on Twitter, our handle is _dorkalicious. We also stream on Twitch, and the Twitch handle is _dorkalicious. So this has been Lydia.
Yeah, I'm Kenny G.
And it's been fun dorking out with you. Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, this is Lydia. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. Give us a couple likes and a share. The likes are super important because every time you like, it gives our channel a bit more exposure. So please like. If you don't want to follow, at least like. Please, please, please. Also, if you want to chat, please leave a comment down below. Also, if you want to chat more frequently, we are on Twitch. The channel is called _dorkalicious, and we stream pretty much daily, and we stream like video games, karaoke, fun stuff. So just pop on over to Twitch, _dorkalicious, and definitely engage with us. So, but for now, please like and share and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.